In the quiet before flight, men measure courage by the sound of engines.
They trust machines more than gods, and each spark is a prayer unspoken.
Names and numbers become targets. Survival hides between coordinates.
Weight turns to wind, and the ground forgets their names.
Between heaven and war, they chase ghosts of yesterday's victory. No warning, no mercy, only the brief geometry of survival. In 10 heartbeats, skill becomes instinct, and fear becomes rhythm. Some disappear so suddenly, even grief cannot find their names.
The war outside ends at dawn. The war inside never does.
The living eat fast. The dead have no appetite for dawn.
Victory is measured in bolts tightened, not medals pinned. Faith bends like metal under strain, but still refuses to break.
Hope arrives in paper form, folded and fragile.
Every generation learns the sky has teeth.
Beauty always finds its way into hell. In air so thin, mercy cannot breathe.
Survival sometimes means breaking gently instead of falling hard. War is never far. It just hides behind routine.
Even the defeated keep marching inside their minds.
The night holds secrets the stars refuse to see.
Humor is the last defense before flight.
Courage is just fear moving forward.
The sky bleeds quietly when metal meets intent.
Precision is mercy wearing a uniform.
Every mission ends with a count, never a conclusion. Grief stands in formation too.
Memory tastes like smoke and cheap bourbon. Pain teaches what survival truly costs.
The world keeps turning, indifferent yet alive. Even enemies pray for clear skies.
Strategy is hope arranged on paper.
Fate doesn't choose sides, it only keeps score.
They write as if words could outfly bullets.
Sleep is the only place where wings never stall. Together they vanish again, chasing history through the sky.
This glue's about all that's holding me together, fellas.
Camaraderie is the glue that keeps fear from falling apart.
The wind dictates destiny long before engines start. They guard bombers that crawl through heaven toward fire.
The sky keeps its own clock, measured in detonations.
Disappearance sounds like silence pretending to be noise.
Nature joins the war without choosing sides.
Touching ground feels like apologizing to gravity.
All right, let's go over this again.
Pain becomes routine faster than comfort ever did.
Fear wears many masks, most of them invisible.
Faith in flight begins on the ground.
Progress sounds the same as risk.
Information travels faster than grief.
Truth is captured one frame before destruction.
Destruction has its own choreography. Even beauty forgets who started the fire.
Counting survivors feels like stealing from the dead.
Silence is the loudest companion at any table. Riding home is the only mission no one trains for.
Absence leaves its shape behind, more visible than presence.
Gentlemen, today's mission will be challenging, but we must hold firm.
Command is the art of hiding fear in sentences.
Falling feels like freedom, until the ground remembers you.
Survival is a quiet kind of guilt.
Joy sounds foreign when borrowed from peace.
History begins while the smoke still rises. The sky writes its own language, unreadable to those below.
They fly beside giants and pray not to fall beneath them. Machines whisper before they scream.
Healing and waiting share the same face. Innocence collects shrapnel without knowing what it means.
Words from home arrive slower than loss.
Work is the only language left between men and madness.
Darkness carries its own form of grace. Peace, when it comes, feels like a trick of altitude.
Storms won't change the target, men.
Plans survive only until the first cloud.
They move in silence, a flock of thunderbirds chasing fate. Mayday! Mayday! We're hit!
Chaos sounds the same in every language.
Even in failure, there's grace in slowing down.
Hope often arrives without sirens.
Compassion has its own fatigue.
Some words must lie to comfort the living.
Order returns, but meaning does not.
The world keeps expanding its list of sorrows.
Grief sounds like clinking glass in the dark.
Every replacement carries someone else's ghost.
Routine is the soldier's favorite lie. Nature watches, but never intervenes.
The earth remembers everything it swallows.
Truth fades fastest when spoken too often.
Reflection weighs more than armor.
The sky rehearses war, even when men rest.
The day begins exactly where yesterday ended.
Distance makes destruction look almost beautiful. Hunger is a habit they no longer question. Routine becomes ritual. Ritual becomes faith.
Geography forgets the blood it has carried.
Sometimes the war is only between man and machine. Gravity shows no favoritism, only certainty. Curiosity is the first step toward memory.
Mercy travels slower than violence.
Healing is just another kind of endurance.
Some truths refuse to fit between words.
Uniform rows make chaos look orderly.
The cycle resets without ceremony.
Departure is always quieter than return.
Destruction leaves patterns too.
Home becomes an idea, not a place.
The end always sounds like maintenance after hours.
Memory is the only comrade that never leaves.
Some prepare machines that will never fly again. Peace begins as a rumor no one believes. Victory feels heavier than loss.
Bureaucracy turns blood into paper.
Leaving is harder when you've already left once.
Time grows faster when no one's watching it.
The world moves on, step by step, forgetting loudly.
Celebration tastes hollow when ghosts sit nearby.
The water listens better than people do.
Orders don't end when war does. Machines remember hands long after hands forget them. History prefers order over honesty.
Memory coexists with innocence, uneasily.
Saying goodbye is just another kind of flight.
The war continues on paper, cleaner than reality.
Triumph echoes best when far from the battlefield.
Some victories never reach the heart.
Relics are memories the Earth refuses to bury.
The past never stops writing itself.
Every story ends the same. Someone remembering someone who remembered.
History breathes through paper and dust, patient and impartial.
The body ages, but the sky inside stale young.
Memory performs best when someone is listening. The past trembles each time it replayed.
Time promotes every survivor to historian. Stone remembers what voices can't bear to repeat.
The young inherit silence, dressed as heroism.
History's rhythm is repetition set to music.
Loneliness sounds like yesterday playing quietly in another room.
Some memories stay sealed because they already said enough.
Celebration and remembrance share the same horizon.
Machines outlive the men who once believed in them.
Recognition feels like grief wearing sunlight. The living borrow courage from the dead.
Blood remembers what words forget.
Peace is geometry drawn by loss.
Legends begin when facts grow quiet. Yeah! This uniform belonged to Johnson himself.
Closure is written, not spoken.
Nature reclaims without apology.
Every war ends the same way, with the sky unchanged. Even heroes return quietly to the earth.
Stories survive by changing hands.
Preservation is a form of mourning.
Education is how we apologize to history.
Hands remember details the mind
let's go.
Time is just splicing with better equipment.
Every generation inherits the same silence.
Sound travels farther when it echoes memory.
Dreams often begin where wars once ended.
The past still moves when no one is watching.
Grief is seasonal, but names stay.
Faith translates loss into music.
The land heals by forgetting its geometry.
Color is the language of remembrance.
Peace grows quietly in small places.
Legacy is affection without memory.
Art keeps the dead talking a little longer.
Every ending waits for someone to stay seated.
Nature rewrites the script without dialogue.
Freedom is just breathing without permission.
Echoes age better than memories.
The past needs no visitors.
Truth shrinks to fit between sentences.
History sleeps best when undisturbed.
Even memory needs maintenance. Technology changes, ritual remains. Simulation is nostalgia with better graphics. Metal remembers heat better than names.
Freedom was paid for in clouds and smoke. Understanding begins with imagination.
Some sounds will always mean departure.
Joy once existed here. Proof enough to remember. Time erases direction, not distance.
Humanity still shares one sky.
Silence is the truest monument. Every story returns to light.
Duty rarely sounds heroic to those who carry it.
Memory taxis into silence.
Not the end, only the last recording.
Sky remains, unscarred by our stories. For those who never came home, this is home enough.